Yeah, I'd like to make a couple of comments on music. Being a non-musical person, just an appreciator of music, um, I'm excited about the developments of music in the church because the change, especially as I've traveled across the Mennonite Church in Canada for many years, even as a job, and I think we in BC are at the forefront of music being part of our movement of the church into the community. In other words, to be less ethnic. Sadly to say, means just kind of downplaying the four-part harmony, but also not that we want to lose it, but many of our churches in BC have embraced an increased diversity of music. I think many churches outside of BC, Mennonite churches, are struggling with that because they don't want to leave traditional music, which is choir and the kind of the hymn book aside. And more of our churches are embracing a diversity of hymn book and overhead singing and praise singing. And of course, some in our conference have basically left the hymn book behind. And so that interesting diversity is there. And I hope that we can have even greater diversity of music and not necessarily greater diversity of theology. I think you can experience Christ in many ways, and there's definitely nothing sacred about choir or four-part harmony anywhere. It's a style. I pay good money to attend choral concerts in downtown Vancouver, but at the same time, we have to worship the way that I think resonates also with kind of the soul. Sometimes I ask the question, what does the average person in their pickup listen to, and so how does that resonate? And for our community, the genre has to be somewhat connected to what speaks to our soul, and we can bring the message of Christ in many ways, and we know that. And there isn't one holier way than the other. I think in BC we've done a great job, and many of our churches have really wrestled with it, but I think they've come to terms that music is part of inviting people into a worship experience, and it'll continue to be. So I'm excited. I think we are at the forefront of Mennonite congregational music in BC, and I think other areas within Canada are going to still wrestle with that if they want to be a church in the community. So I'm really excited about it, and I'm just thankful for all our worship teams and the people that are willing to put in hours and hours and hours. It's a lot more work than we used to. Somebody would pick a couple of hymns and we'd have a Vorsänger. Those days are gone. So, and I'm kind of glad.